Interesting stories. Interesting people. Welcome to the Humble Badger Podcast.
Thank you for listening to this podcast today. Remember to like and follow us at The Humble Badger on Twitter and Facebook, or at The Humble Badger Podcast on Instagram. And this episode is brought to you with the help of our promotional partners at the Mobs Press. They will promote, support, and cover art, comedy, and culture events, and the artists who make them happen. You can find out more at themobspress.com. My name is Pablo Dawson. I am an event host and an MC and the host for this episode. As you know, we always start off with some random information or facts. Today we're going to talk about Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is one of the most recognized fictional characters perhaps in the world. And the interesting fact comes at this point, which is that I found out that James Moriarty, who is the villain in the Sherlock Holmes saga, is actually a professor. I did not know that.
I did not know that as well. That is something new to me.
Yeah, and that's that was surprising information. I did not know. It's Professor James Moriarty.
Professor,
Yes.
I see. Hi, everybody. I'm Hio Del Guapo. You can call me Chris. I am a singer, an artist, a cartoonist, and a student at the University of Life.
Lots of talk of professors and students today, aren't we?
Yes, it's a very scholarly episode.
Yeah, I definitely think that our guest would know a little bit of something about education and the whole scholarly life.
Hi, I am Jennifer Cortez, aka the Prof. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast, Pablo.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to come out here. So, did you know that James Moriarty was a professor?
I did not. Sorry.
You did not.
Sorry.
See, nobody knew this. I'm surprised. It's like finding out that Sherlock Holmes was a detective or something like that. I don't know. It seems apparently I don't know which version of Sherlock Holmes you were watching, but it was not there. But we have Jennifer Cortez on, and you are known as the Prof.
Yes, that is my stage name.
Right, and tell us how you came up with that name.
Well, it actually came from teaching in college. So that just is like my nickname that came about. And basically, long story short, I was a musician back in the day. When I was much younger, I just went by Jennifer Cortez. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of left music for maybe 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. And I ran into someone in the music industry here in Mississauga that kind of brought me back into it.
Okay.
So when I decided to get back into music, I'm like, I was so different back then. Like, I even cringe to this day, some of the lyrics that I wrote in the past. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so immature. It's so,
I feel that way about some of my old Facebook posts.
So I'm like, I need to do something different with myself. I don't want to come back as Jennifer Cortez. Mm-hmm. Plus, I felt it was too long to say. Right?
It sounds like Jennifer Lopez, so maybe it was confusing.
And that's another thing. It's like I didn't want any kind of comparisons and things like that. So I decided to go by the Prof because I teach at Humber College for the School of Media Studies.
It's an actual professor in our midst.
So you're an actual professor. This is not just some funky nickname your partner called you or something like that.
Yeah. So I thought it would be fun to kind of play off on that, and plus I wanted to come with a different vibe, so I call it Tropiclectic.
Oh, Tropiclectic.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Well, 5 times fast, right?
No, I'm not even going to try it. Like
1 time slow. It's good.
So you teach at Humber College in the School of Media Studies. What kind of courses do you teach?
So the course is actually called Innovative Design. So I teach graphic design, basically the basics 1 and 2. So the basic version, and then there is a more advanced version. So 2 different semesters. It's a lot of branding and learning how to use the tools at first, but then later we move into how to be innovative, learn ways and strategies how to be innovative. And it's just really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That sounds a lot like fun. And I know you released some new music in the past year.
I did. I did.
Right. It was about that. Right. That's
yes,
a great one.
About that reggaeton track.
Right.
I released 2019 last year.
Just so we're clear, the name of the track is called About That.
About That, yes.
In conversation, it sounds like, about that. We were talking about, yeah.
I do have I have an album called Out of Office, and it's all tropical, eclectic. So I say Latin and Caribbean rhythms.
Latin and Caribbean rhythms,
So
that's what makes it
reggae,
tropical.
Latin,
I see,
exactly,
I see.
right? So it's called Out of Office. So everything's about vacation. Don't leave
must
me
be nice.
alone. Don't follow me. That's pretty much what it's about.
I never even remember to put my out of office reply on whenever I used to work, in the office.
It just reminded me. I forgot.
You
You're
forgot,
right, I
didn't
did,
you?
I did.
Yeah, we're actually recording this on the beach right now. I wish. No, it's so most people just put their out of office reply on. You decided to go and make an album
Yes.
to make sure that nobody
emails,
bothers you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as a professor, you get 5 months off, right? I teach until like April. And then I'm done, right? So, I mean, I do side work, of course, just to keep my finances going because it's a contract job, right?
Yeah, because they don't, a lot of people hear 5 months off and they think it's 5 months paid vacation. That's not
Right.
how it works at all, is it?
No, so I wish it was that simple, but no, it's
Right.
not.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I still do graphic design. I still do the creative stuff. I still work very heavily in the industry. So just trying to keep current.
Because it's interesting the fact that we have someone who teaches about graphic design, what would you say some of the biggest misconceptions are? Like you go around in the music industry, you see a lot of people with their branding and that kind of thing. What are pet peeves that you have speaking as a graphic design professor?
I think the pet peeves that I would have is seeing things that don't look good.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like yeah, exactly. So, but the thing is, some people, I get it. Some people don't have that creative sense or they hire someone that doesn't do a good job. That is my pet peeve. Like
Yeah.
they just, I remember a friend of mine got her album cover done. It looked horrible, like horrible. I think it was something that anyone could do basically, but
like
it
Microsoft
just,
Paint? that
yeah,
kind of
something
thing?
like that, right? It like looked like clip
I'm not
art.
going to diss Paint. I use Paint a lot.
It looked like clip, and I was like, no. So I wanted to help her out,
Yeah.
and I put something together for her, right? So yeah,
Okay.
that's my pet
Jeez,
peeve, I
that's
guess.
crazy. Okay.
But I
okay.
get that not everyone's a designer, right? So
Right. It's certain when you have that eye, right? It's
yeah,
different,
yeah.
It's kind of like how
I will make suggestions though. Like I won't just come out and say it, but if people ask, for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So on the music, back to the music side as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans, anything new coming out in the next little while?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
It is 2020, so I'm working on. I don't even want to say right now what I'm working on, but I'm so excited. The only thing I could say, it's more Latin music, more Latin, but it's. I don't even want to say what genre it is because I'm really excited about it. And I will say another project that I'm working on. I'm actually bringing back one of the songs that I did years ago, and it's actually R&B that I did, but I'm going to get it redone, re-recorded the whole thing, and it's featuring Chris.
Oh, well, there you
Right. So that song is going to be coming out too.
go. You finally got Senor Gio del Guapo onto a...
I mean, Chris needs to go into the studio and record, so he's going to come on with me, and we're going to do it together, a different
That's
vibe.
excellent.
Yeah.
Breaking news that you heard here on the Humble Badger
Yes,
podcast.
no one knows that.
No.
Well, now all our
Everyone
all our
knows now.
listeners know that. So,
So yeah.
that's excellent. That's great news. You do a lot of these things. So you're a professor. You're a musician. How do you unwind? What are your guilty pleasures? What do you do to relax?
Oh my God. So wine helps me a lot.
Wine, a big box of wine. Yeah.
So like honestly, even when I go to like Fotos to Matt's events, I have to have a glass of wine before I go up on stage.
Right,
It
right.
totally like just
Well,
makes
I've got my trademark Jameson that I have there.
it just calms
Really
me down
helps.
a little bit, and it puts me in a zone. I do that after work too. It puts me in a nice zone. And what else did you
Well, I'm just saying,
Guilty
what do you like to
pleasures?
do? What are your
Oh.
hobbies, interests, that kind of thing?
I love to travel when I can,
Oh,
Of
what's your
course.
favorite place to travel?
Oh my gosh, so many places, but I love California for some reason. I don't know why I like going there. It's the vibe that's different.
Where in California?
I would say Orange County area.
I see. Yeah, because
SoCal, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
one would
it's beautiful.
one would say
SoCal.
that, obviously California being so massive. I mean, the vibe in San Francisco, for example,
Oh, I have
would be
never
very
been to.
different.
Yeah, I've never
It's a
been, but I
lovely
want to
city.
go
Yeah,
there.
well, we're
Yeah.
going to San Francisco in April as part of our Pacific tour, so it'll be interesting to see what that city's like, because I've heard lots of great things about that. If you could go to a place that you haven't been to yet, what's on your bucket list other than San Francisco?
Oh my God. Okay, bucket list. I do want to go to Europe. I've never been to Europe.
Oh, okay.
So I do want to go to like France
Mm-hmm.
or, that whole European tour,
It's
like
the
France,
Mediterranean
Italy.
kinda, yeah.
Oh my God. Greece.
Greece.
Oh my gosh.
Monaco.
Yes, I want to go there.
Yeah, there's lots of
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
places out there in the world to
Exactly.
see.
But you need time for that.
Yeah,
You definitely
yeah.
need like...
Well, 5 months is a start, right? So, I think it's
Vacations
time.
Their vacations are expensive.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think it's time for rapid fire. What do you think?
I think it's a very good time for rapid fire.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see.
Do you know how this works, Jen?
I kind of heard math, so I think I'll be okay with this.
All right.
I'll try to be okay. Yeah.
Let's see. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you like your shower water?
I would say an 8.
Oh, hot showers.
No, I would even go higher than that.
You
For
go
me, I would say more like 9 or 10. I notice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the winter months, definitely. I
No,
feel
not in the winter, summer. I gotta have hot shower all the time. I don't care where I am.
I feel isn't 10 like burning your skin? I don't know. That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. They didn't
max,
specify.
right?
These are rapid fire questions after all,
Sorry,
so they're
yes.
not really that specific. Do you drink coffee?
I love coffee. I have
How many
Tim
cups?
Hortons right here.
How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
You know what? Not too much. I think maximum I've ever had is like 4.
In a
It's
day?
not-
That's
yeah,
not
in a
that
day.
bad.
It's not bad. No, I'm not like an over drinker.
What
You
about
know
you?
what I
Do you drink
mean?
coffee, Hugh?
I do now. They put a Starbucks in my work building and a Tim Hortons, so like I don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
I don't. No, I used
no
to-
willpower
well,
apparently either.
Now when it comes to that, I got a lot of Starbucks points, is what I'm saying.
When I was
Usually.
really young, like in my early 20s, I went to the doctor with a problem, and she's like, "How many cups of coffee do you have?" I said, "Oh, well, just a few cups of coffee." And she said, "Well, how big are the cups?" And I kind of showed her with my hand, and she said that, okay, so a standard cup is 250 milliliters. So if you're having, like as you said, 10 of these, you're like having the equivalent of 30 cups of coffee per day, which sounds, ridiculous. But if you think about it, a full pot is about 12 cups. Like if you get it one of those, like it's one of those pots, it's like,
Right.
it's only 12 cups. So I was like, are you kidding me? I'm having 30 to 40 cups of coffee per day. I was really wired when I was
Like 3
younger.
pots, yeah.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
you
Just
don't sleep?
drinking pots.
I used to have my dad worked for Coca-Cola, so I had a lot of caffeine in my system.
Yeah.
I never used to sleep, and I always just think that's why
That
I'm
must
shorter
have
than I am.
been-
It was great
You think caffeine stunted your growth?
because I didn't sleep.
Oh, well,
Yeah, a hyper child must have been, right?
Yeah, and I
lot of
talk now.
caffeine.
I can't shut up now. I was shocked. 16 and boom, that's the whole thing. I apologize.
I think we got distracted from rapid
Yes, we
fire. Let's
did,
do it
yes.
again.
Okay. All right. Would you rather cuddle with a baby panda or a baby penguin
Oh, that's so hard. Okay.
or a baby badger?
Okay, I'm gonna say panda.
Panda? Yeah.
The badger's very disappointed.
Yeah, he is. Sorry. He just looks sad. It's okay, buddy. You'll find love. You'll find love, Badger.
So here's the question. Would you go to a movie alone?
That's I think I would.
Have you?
I've,
ever?
I've never,
Never?
but I
Never?
think I probably would if no one could come with me. You know what I mean?
I used to do it a lot when I
Yeah.
was in college, like, all the time.
I've traveled alone, so why can't I go to the movie alone?
Well, because a
You know what I
movie's a
mean?
different experience. right?
That's true. Whatever.
No, but the way I look at it, people are like, well, you should go to the movie with somebody. But my answer to that is, well, you shouldn't be talking to them
Right.
while you're in the theater.
It's a
so
terrible date idea, for being honest.
yeah,
You can't have conversation while, Space Jam
you
is on.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
That's what I did. That was actually the first movie I watched by myself, was Space Jam.
I see. The first movie I watched was when they re-released, I think, Star Wars.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself. Like this is back in the late 90s, or as you called them, 1987 or whatever it was that we were there. But okay, thank you for playing Rapid Fire. We are now at the trivia portion of the segment, and this is not to show how smart or unsmart anyone is. It is just an opportunity for us to learn something while asking questions. Are you ready, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, a lot of your music is based on tropical see, I can't even say
Eclectic.
it. Yeah, tropical eclectic. So we're going to ask you about the tropics.
Sure.
Can you please name the 2 tropics in the earth?
The 2 tropics in the earth. Oh my goodness.
What are the 2 tropics called? And in between them is the tropical zone.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't know geography. I don't teach geography. I don't know.
Just take a guess.
Okay. You're not talking about countries though, right?
No.
No, it's the tropics. I know.
I don't even know, man.
It's the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. And in between...
Oh, my God. How would...
Okay, so now here's the other question. So I'm going to ask you true or false. I'm going to give you some countries. You tell me if those countries are in the tropical zone or not, okay?
Sure.
Jamaica.
True.
Okay, yes. Jamaica is in the tropics. Iran.
False.
That is true. Like, that is false. That she's got the answer correct is what I meant to say. And of course, our favorite destination, Niagara Falls.
False. Definitely false.
Of course. Although it does get hot there in the summer.
In the summer, yes.
Yeah.
Or Tropic of Capricorn. You're not a Capricorn, right?
I'm not a Capricorn.
Sagittarius.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Yes.
See, Chris knows me.
Well, he's done his research, as we all do, as part of the team here at the Humble Badger Podcast. So I want to thank my guest, Jennifer Cortez, a.k.a. The Prof. You can find out more about her at theprofrocks.com. And please give her a follow on social media. You can get all of that information at theprofrocks.com. Thank you for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, both.
And I'd like to thank, speaking of both, my delightful co-host, Senor Hijo del Guapo. You can follow him at that handle.
Hijo del Guapo.
There you go. See, now we have an actual Latina.
That's right. So she can pronounce it better than I can. But thank you for coming on as the co-host today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's
Thanks,
been great.
Chris. It's good to see you.
And once again, we'd like to thank our promotional partners at The Mobs Press. For any inquiries from anyone, please visit thehumblebadger.com for contact information or send us a message through social media. Thank you to our producer, Anthony, and we're signing off from the set here at Trax Ahead Studio. My name is Pablo Dawson. Wherever you are and whatever you do, remember to follow your passion.
Thank you for tuning in to the Humble Badger Podcast. For more information, please visit thehumblebadger.com. The Humble Badger Podcast is produced by the Pablo Dawson Company. Context matters.